Welcome everyone. My name's Donna and this is Sam, and we're here on Book Binge, and we'd like to tell you about books that we've binged.
So we binged, that's right. So thanks so much for dropping in. Today I wanted to share Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I think her most popular book is probably Cinder. That was in the Lunar Chronicles. And this is not at all the Lunar Chronicles, but it was excellent. Or if you've seen the movies as well, there's lots of Alice in Wonderland there. So, unlike other retellings though, this one is all about the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, so we get some backstory, and I know you're thinking, how could you possibly care about the backstory for the Queen of Hearts? But you do. So Catherine is passionate about baking, and not too much else. Her mother wants her to marry an old doddering fool. He's also the King of Hearts, so we understand why. But Catherine wants to open a bakery. It's hard to imagine her as an evil queen, but she has a wicked character arc from where she starts to where the book ends. There's a lot of, I don't even know if it's growth. It's a little depressing, honestly. There's a lot happens in this book. There is a love interest. Good, yeah. Jest, and he's the jester. Aptly named, yes, indeed. But that's not all he is. He convinces Catherine to live on the edge, and they have all sorts of adventures, which are really, really fun to read, including a tea party with a few guests you'd likely recognize.
Ooh, was Alice in this book?
No, actually, it's all pre-Alice, but there's a few. There's a Mad Hatter that might intrigue you. Now, I know you've actually read this book as well. Do you think anything you would add to my summary?
Well, it has been a long time since I read this book. It seems so long ago. I was wondering, does this one have Peter Pumpkin Eater and his wife in this one? Okay, so it's the same one that I do remember.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The worst.
In the original Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, we meet the Queen of Hearts. Mm-hmm. And all I remember about her from the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland is off with her head.
Right.
So, does this version give you a satisfying backstory to why she's that way?
Yes, it is definitely satisfying. It just creates you get so much empathy for Catherine and kind of how she ended up where she did. I mean, it's only so excusable. You don't just, the rest of us don't execute people after some trauma, but so she's dealing with it. At first, at the beginning, you're thinking of Queen of Hearts, and if you're me, you're thinking of like the Disney version where she looks terrifying. And it's kind of hard to reconcile the two together, this like sweet young girl passionate about baking with this terrifying monster. But by the end of it, you're like, okay, I do see that path you're taking, and I know where it ends.
Well, speaking of path, was the story path predictable, or were there twists and turns that you didn't expect?
I find with the prequel, it's kind of the nature of it that it is somewhat predictable. You do know where their story ends. Often it's more about getting some empathy and seeing kind of where they came from.
Kind of fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks of it, but it is more of a fill in the blanks where you know the end, where they end up, and something like that. I didn't predict everything. There were still a few places where I had kind of a hunch and then was surprised, but overall, I think it was pretty clear where we were going.
Yeah. So are the Lunar Chronicles standalones?
No, I believe there are standalones in it, and this again is not Lunar Chronicles. Like any series, it's if you want to start at the end or work your way back, you definitely can. That's the freedom of books, and I mean, it's just added mystery. Just have to
Absolutely.
keep guessing. Like, I wonder if that character was important. He's gone now.
Or where did he come from? I guess I'll have to keep reading backwards to find out.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done that, started at the very end of a series and read back without having read the series before.
True. I know somebody on our staff who's read Harry Potter backwards.
But I think
But
she read it
exactly.
forwards, right?
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, it would be really difficult because there were so many characters layered on top of characters. And the same with this, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think with any series, if you start at the end, you'd miss a lot of it.
A little confusing.
You might not be as surprised by some of the big reveals.
Well, thank you so much for bringing Heartless by Marissa Meyer to talk to us today.